All right, what is your name and age?
I am Beau Rial, and I am 20 years old. I grew up in North Kingstown, Rhode Island. So I have 3 older siblings. My second oldest brother, he's been skateboarding for a long time. That definitely had like a big impact on me as a kid. I don't know, my family was always pretty like accepting of like whatever like hobby I wanted to chase or whatever, like they were there for it, I could do it. And I don't know, and I feel like that kind of impacted me a lot. Like what I'm doing now, what I'm pursuing, what I do for fun, that's definitely a huge part in that.
What are some of your hobbies and like passions, like things you like to do?
Skateboarding, predominantly. I love skateboarding. It's like, I don't know, it's huge for me in my life, like more so than just having fun. It's like a part of me. I love watching films, I love making them even more. Specifically, I really like cameras. I think that they are like so cool. And I always have been that way. I was that way like as a kid. When I was younger, it was just like, I just wanted to film like everything. When I was younger, I used to be a lot more of like all my hobbies were like playing sports or whatever. I feel like I had started becoming a lot more open to like the creative aspect of my mind. I'd started like, when I would watch films, it would be less about like entertainment and more about like breaking down the film and like all the other stuff. And skateboarding was something where I could kind of like put those two things together. I mean, obviously it was like a sport and it was something that I could like get out there and like be physical and whatever, but also it's very creative minded, which like people don't look at enough until they pick up a skateboard. It was also like, when I first started skateboarding, I felt like I needed like something to like kind of be there for me. I was like 14, 15 years old. It was like the spring of my freshman year of high school. And I had recently like lost a loved one, and I like at that time, it's very hard to like talk to people. I didn't have a significant other. No 15-year-old wants to like talk to their parents about stuff. And I felt like if I could just like get out there and like kind of like just shut my brain off and skateboard after school, it would just like any issue would just kind of go away. I figured you were feeling a little bit romantical today. So I went out, got some good old candlesticks. I think the style that like influences me the most is like the like 45-year-old dads at the skate park bringing their daughter, just like absolutely shredding the curb. Yeah, right is like awesome. That was like one of the first skate films I saw, so I feel like that really like, I don't know, it just really resonated with me. It's so fun, like all like the skateboarding, like all like the cutaways and stuff and the gags and that are awesome. That's a Spike Jonze film. He is like just one of my favorite filmmakers all around because he dabbles in skateboarding and narrative, which like for me is huge because I mean, as someone who's a filmmaker as well as a skater, like, that's the coolest thing to see. Like, that is awesome.
Why do you study filmmaking?
I hated school like so much. Like it would, and I knew I wasn't like stupid. I had very bad ADHD as a kid. I don't know, and I felt like in order to excel, I had to be doing something that I could like hyperfixate on, something that I could enjoy. The first film I made was a skateboarding film. I made it with my friends. It was like a documentation of our like skateboarding experience like in and around my hometown. As like at a kind of an important time in our lives. It was like the last semester of our senior year of high school, which I feel like is like a pretty big time in your life. Yeah, the most recent film I worked on was for a 48-hour film festival. It was like a buddy detective film, like a mystery film. I had a lot of fun on that. That was great. I think that's the work that I'm the most proud of so far.
What's so special about skate films to you?
I feel like what's so special to that about me is that it's not like narrative and it's not really like documentary, and it's something kind of in between. And also like I feel like there's very few forms of filmmaking that are that just like raw and natural. I don't know, and I feel like that's the hardest thing of narrative filmmaking is like showing like humanity in people and how they like actually act. And in skateboarding, it's all natural, and I love that. None of it's fake.
Where do you see yourself, like, I guess, in the future, or like, what do you want to do, like, post-college?
I definitely want to pursue this. I definitely want to keep going with this, and I kind of want to like find my own like specialty in it, really, and like where I can. And I think I'm still figuring that out for sure.
Would you want to do something like that, like as a job, like doing like skate films?
Yes,
stuff like
yeah, that is like would be a dream. If like filming professional skaters and like creating skate parts, whether I was like filming it, editing it, whatever, I think that is like the coolest.
Any like tips or advice for people that are maybe new to skateboarding or trying to get into skating?
Like, you're teaching yourself most of the time, and you gotta be like down to do that and to fail. If you can get up and you can keep doing it, like, you're gonna be fine. It doesn't matter how fast you're progressing or whatever. Like, if you can fall and you can get back up and you can keep going, like, that's it. You just gotta do it. You gotta get out there.
What would you say to somebody who wants to like get into filmmaking?
So I do think you have to be open to change, and you have to be open to trying a ton of things. And I think there's definitely an aspect of like believing in yourself and like believing that you can do that. If you like, because I think as a filmmaker, nothing will be handed to you. You know what I mean? It's not like you're gonna like, it's like, oh, you got good grades in your classes, so now you're gonna get out of college and get a job at this production company. Like, that's not gonna happen. You know, you have to advocate for yourself, you have to believe in yourself, and if you don't think that you can do it, like, no one's gonna think you can, like, for you. You know what I mean? Like, no one's gonna just like wholeheartedly believe in you and like push you. You have to push yourself.
How do you look at skating from a filmmaker's perspective?
Well, I feel like as a filmmaker, I am like a more creative-minded person, so I feel like I definitely look at skateboarding a little bit differently. Like, I'll see something and be like, oh, like, I could do this on that, and then I could do this, I could like form a line, I can do whatever.
How does a skater look at filmmaking?
Don't be afraid to like make something bad or to fail or whatever. I think a lot of that comes from skateboarding. Like, there's nothing that I think I have failed more at than skateboarding, and I do think that like taught me a lot to be like, okay, like, it's okay to make a mistake. I will forever be learning. I will forever be getting better or changing in those two things. They definitely have parallels in my life, for sure. I don't know, I mean, I hope people can look at this, like, this interview, me skating, whatever, and realize that like this is not about skateboarding. Like, I don't think you chose to make this and include me because I'm like really, really good at skateboarding. I am a very average skateboarder. Like, I am not like, I don't know, I'm not like some prodigy, but this isn't about that. I think this, and it's not about me either. I think it's very much about, you know, how this culture and this thing, this hobby or sport, whatever you want to call it, has shaped me and helped me like grow up, you know? It like was definitely such a big, like, I started skateboarding at such like a important time in my life, you know what I mean? And it definitely, and as I continue to like get older, like that continues to change. My relationship with skateboarding continues to change. And I want people to see that like this isn't about like anyone being good at skateboarding or about like skateboarding really. It's more about like how skateboarding shapes life and like my filmmaking and how it affects all these different things. I don't know, I'd say that. Other than that, I feel like you guys got what you need to know about me. For now, I guess. Just got the kick. At least he was chill about it.
That was true.
Sometimes they're like, "You're gonna call the cops. You're a dickhead." Why I do them like that, West Side Gun? I do not. I don't even know. I listen to a good amount of Griselda. I do not relate to it at all. It's just people rapping about selling crack. It has nothing to do with Beau Rial's life, but it sounds fun when you're skating.